I don't think the Dark Ages Queen quite lives up to her legendary status. Now, I think her design is excellent. At first glance, everything about her looks impeccable, but I think she's missing a few things that a legendary skin deserves to have and really wouldn't have been that much work to add to the skin. Now, as far as her specs go, she has all the animations that you would expect from a legendary skin. She has a sufficient amount of visual effects, and she does have a few sound effects. We're going to talk about that more later, and she does spawn custom archers. So far she seems like a pretty good skin. Now, as I said already, I love this skin. I love the design of this skin. She really does fit the Dark Ages theme that they're going for, and I also like how all 4 skins in this Dark Ages set match. There's a lot of skin sets like the jungle set or the shadow set. The shadow set just doesn't make that much sense to me, but all the skins in this Dark Ages set match each other very well. And one small thing that I like about this skin is she's one of the few queen skins that are smiling, at least after she finishes her animation, and her face animation looks a lot cleaner than some previous skins. It kind of looks like her face got a redesign, which I love. Now, looking at her animations, her selection animation is a great animation, but it's nothing crazy, nothing remarkable that stands out. Her pose animation is pretty nice. I was really surprised by the additional voice line that they gave her, and I do really like it. So it seems like they were putting in some extra time to record custom voice lines and sound effects for this skin. Some of the visual effects are a little bit off, like when she starts walking away, the smoke kind of gets cut off, and also as she's walking around, the fire on the tip of her arrow kind of looks more like a sparkler rather than a flame. So I think the Clash team needs to work a little bit on their visual effects. So for her deployment animation, it's pretty standard, nothing crazy. There's no visual effects or anything. Unfortunately, there's no visual effects. A lot of legendary skins do have visual effects. I do really love the flaming arrows that she shoots, but I think they could have been a little more realistic if they had made the fire on them move. I'm assuming what this is just an image that they animated to move in the trajectory that her arrows move, and there's not actually any moving elements in there. I love the little archers that she spawns with their little chainmail helmets. One little nitpick thing is I would have liked that chainmail to be darker and match the queen more, but regardless, I still like them. And then she has a knockout and resting animations, which look similar. She's posed in a similar way, and it's exactly the way I would expect a queen to lie down with her legs out to the side like that. It fits her perfectly. So all her animations are on point for a legendary skin. But after that, when we get into the sound effects and visual effects, is where I wish they would have put in a little more work. Now, she does have a few sound effects and a few visual effects, but she's missing a lot. And earlier when we looked at her pose animation, she had a totally custom voice line we've never heard before, and I'm pretty sure she has some other custom sound effects that we've never heard before. So obviously someone sat down in a studio and was recording custom sound effects for this skin. So why did they only do a few sound effects? Why not just take a few extra seconds and record some extra ones that could be used for her deployment, for her ability, and for her knockout? It just seems like for a legendary skin they would do that, because they have definitely added custom sound effects for all those things on other legendary skins. And she's also missing some visual effects. Now, she has the visual effects on her arrow, which is nice, but most legendary skins have some sort of visual effect that pops up when they're deployed and when they use their ability. But for her, nothing happens when she's deployed, and only the default animation happens when she uses her ability. They definitely could have used that little symbol that's on her belt, also on the Grand Warden. That could have just popped up over her head when they deployed her, or on the ground actually. When they deploy her, the symbol pops up on the ground. When she uses her ability, that could have just popped up over her head. Just imagine the Warrior Queen, but with a different symbol. That same concept could have worked for this skin too. And the visual effects that they did add, I think, like I commented earlier, could have been improved a little bit just to make the skin more clean. That smoke effect could have been cleaned up. That fire effect could have been done differently to make the flame on the end of her arrow more like a flame. And then the arrows that she shoots could have been more realistic if the fire actually looked like it was moving around. So overall, this skin has a spectacular design, great animations, but she's lacking in some sound effects and visual effects, and a lot of her visual effects could have also been improved. Regardless of those downsides I pointed out, I still would recommend buying this skin, but you just have to realize it's not going to give you as much value as a lot of other legendary skins. I ended up putting her in the A tier. She was close to the S tier, but I think you can see why I didn't put her in the S tier. Oh, and if you want to see more skin reviews, make sure you're subscribed. I haven't been asking you guys to subscribe in these skin review videos, so if you're new or you've watched some of my videos before and you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, make sure you do that.